Blake's Buzz Live. Buzz, 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 buzz. It's Blake's Buzz Live. Buzz, 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 buzz. It's Blake's Buzz Live. More, hate less, read comics. It's Blake's Buzz Live.
Buzz, buzz, babies.
What's up, babies? It is Thursday. Tomorrow is Friday. Oh, what a wonderful feeling. Wonderful feeling. My segues are always on point. Wonderful feeling. There are some really wonderful comics on Kickstarter right now. Matt Sorcier's Sacrimony, Will Allred's crossover division, Stephen Prince, as you're about to find out, Monster Matador. You already knew Monster Matador's back. We're doing a good job with that. And then also Metal Ninja. We've got Dust County, the anniversary edition out. There's a lot of cool stuff I'm promoting, I'm working with. If you go to blakesbuzz.com, all these links and everything are going to be right there for you. You can check out these campaigns. I know things are tight for some people. You can't back everything. You know, sharing all this stuff helps an insane amount. You don't even realize how much a simple share, a retweet, even a comment, hey, this looks cool, it all helps defeat that all terrible algorithm, which I don't know if you guys knew is actually the Antichrist. We'll talk about that tonight with our religious guest, Stephen Prince. How you doing?
It's fun. I just watched Rosemary's Baby last night, so
ooh, nice.
I am primed to talk about it. I do want to mention that Blake and I got all our shit talking done before.
Yeah, we got the poison out before.
So, this should hopefully be a family friendly.
Yeah.
Family
No. It won't be friendly for the family, but it might be friendlier than it would have been otherwise. Right. Well, anyways, what's up, Steven? You got happy to have you back. You've got another Matador campaign going on.
Another one.
And there's always some fucking kaiju running around that this fucking poor dude has to beat ass. You know, you can't ever just hang out with his daughter. You can't let him. You can't give that to him. You know, you can't ever give him a break. Always keeping Ramon at work, working, you know.
it's like life, you know. There's always some motherfucker getting in your way, or you know,
some
stopping. It's always something.
Skyrocket size cockroach, something full of trauma from the past and hard memories. And you're bringing folks who may not be familiar with your comic, shame on you, first of all, if you're not familiar with the famous Kickstarter comic Monster Matador, the internationally renowned.
That's right. And we are international. We have readers in United Arab Emirates, we have readers in Singapore, we have readers in Australia, New Zealand, Ireland, Spain, the UK, Canada, Mexico, all over the place.
Hell yeah.
Even here in the United States.
Yeah. There's even a couple local ones.
Even a couple
hanging around reading the Matador shenanigans. But yeah, this one, I mean, it is a Matador fighting kaiju. If anybody has ever been around a con table, like that's Steven's pitch, right? He's like, hey, it's a Matador fighting a kaiju. Look at these cool covers. Look at this amazing art. And they're like, all right, I'm kind of sold on that, you know. But you're getting a little deeper. There's some heaviness in these new issues, which is crazy because you like bring in the luchadores and all this craziness, this giant fucking cockroach and like I said, like all this stuff, and this is the time you decide to get serious. And I am not poking fun because it's like structurally and flow and pacing, it works. So like, but I just, I've been wanting to kind of ask you that, like, why was it, and chat and people, when you watch this or read it, when you back the campaign, which you should, when you back the campaign and read it later, you'll see, you know, this kind of like juxtaposition and the wild kaiju zaniness that this series is known for. And then some of the new backstory history the mythos, but behind Ramon and his family and his past. So why now? Like why this chaotic miniseries?
So it was actually by design. I felt like I had to earn it. I felt like I couldn't do a book that promised a Matador versus kaiju without showing a Matador just fighting kaiju.
Okay.
So when we introduced the character, or reintroduced with Tango the Matadors, the goal was to kind of do just a hard hitting, hit the ground running action story that gave you everything you wanted. You want to see a Matador fight kaiju, you want to see like badass monsters, you've got it. And it gets you into that world. It gets you into the character. It sets up the character as this kind of like, this just larger than life hero who's doing this stuff. And then we kind of did it again with Afropocalypse, where we opened up the world a little bit. We showed his influence on other people, these other monster fighters that have risen up. And now in Once Upon Some Monsters in Mexico, we're still doing the big monster thing, but we're shifting into like, the back half of this book. There's still going to be monsters, but we're getting into the real meat of the story. Okay. And one of my concerns was because with Kickstarter, because the book is not like September, October, November, whatever, it's not coming out monthly. I felt like if the backers had to wait till issue 2, till issue 3 to really get into that Matador versus kaiju thing, I'd kind of lose them.
Yeah.
So at this point, people know, like, I'm going to deliver. You're going to get what you want. We're going to have fun. But we're going to start weaving in like the real kind of like, the story into it. So that, we're delving into the origin a bit. We're going into his past. We're exploring his relationship with his daughter, but it's all under the umbrella of him fighting, giant kaiju, like the Mega Racha.
Okay.
In this one, we've got the luchadors. And one of the things that I've been kind of challenging myself with is, a lot of people these days, they complain that comics are decompressed and it takes too long. So I've been really kind of focused on telling these really tight bursts of like stories.
Okay.
That are like dense with character work, plot, and just action, so something that, you would usually see as 6 issues. If we could focus that into 2, you just get like, you get more bang for your buck. There's more meat on the bone, and you really kind of just get into it. But a lot of that too is, like I said, it's, because Kickstarter, we're doing 2 or 3 a year. To me, it always felt like, man, if you've got to wait 3 years, right, to get like the whole story. And, and at the end of the day, this is the kind of book where, the selling point it's not like the drama. It's not like, oh, let's tell the love story or whatever. The selling point here is Matador versus kaiju, right?
Yeah.
So
it is, but you're, like I said, like that's one of the joys of this is
of course.
That is why that's why I read it. I mean, I read it because it was in a.
That's what it hooks you in. That's what hooks you in.
It was like,
right?
What giant mosquitoes and this fucking dude with a guy with a sword, just, wild red clothing. Like, all right, like, and then it was cool, and it was very, very high paced, action oriented. But there was also this like. There was this sparkle, this intrigue behind it, right? Where it was like, okay, I do want to know. And then I found out there was more, right? And then, and there was a lot more that I got to like dive into and experience. But
I'm that good. Keep showering me with praise.
Yeah. So it's, it's not only is your art team great, like you've got
make it rain.
Yeah, but you have a good, there's strong writing, strong story. And so, so it is. It's funny to me, like since I'm more familiar with the universe now and know a little bit about where it's headed.
Yeah.
And like when you're like, it's a guy fighting giant monsters. I was like, but there's this whole fuck the whole daughter thing. And then and like I said, the whole can of worms that you've opened in these 2 new issues, right? Is very wow and very some really, really cool scenes and real intense and heavy. And like I said, work like, it impressed me that like now was the time, but I like that you say that. I like, you were like, I had to earn this because I've I will say it time and time again, fucking nerds are angry little bastards, right? They're all little, everybody's mad all the time. I don't know why we're mad all the time, but we're always mad. Gotta be mad at something, you know, right? And if you can't be mad at something, maybe go to the past and get mad at something again, right? Just bring it back. But always keep that anger flowing. But you know, the kaiju fandom, they're kind of fucking angry little bastards too, right? Like, no, they're like, I just remember like the new Godzilla movies, which I love. But a lot of people were saying like they're boring. And then like the first new Godzilla movie from like 2014 or whatever, and they were like, or Godzilla's fat. Why is Godzilla fat? And then they were like, why are these people in this movie the whole time? Like, why are we caring about the characters? And it was like, and they were like, we just want giant monsters. And then so they Godzilla 2 happened, and they just had giant monsters the whole time and people running, and they were like, this movie's dog shit. And they was like, you know, and then even now they're like, why is Godzilla pink and running fast? And why is King or the fucking buddy cop thing now? And they seem, I see these trailers of these like larger than life trailers, and it's like, wow, like I can't even believe I'm seeing this right now. And then there are people behind me like that would find the creator's mother and like and egg her house and like, you know, like fucking pour sugar in her gas tank or some shit, right? Like they're ready for revenge.
I want to make a point. I've had a really good experience with
you've been kind of
kaiju
sneaking into those groups and weaseling in.
Mazer Squad are great guys, and Kaiju United, which is run by Jacob Lingle, really great. And it's been fun. I mean, they're really positive. They really love the stuff, and it's been fun kind of getting more and more into that. But like I don't think, you know, like Godzilla -1 is just amazing.
I still need to, I know you went and saw it.
So good.
Did you go see it in black and white, or are you gonna?
I'm gonna try. Yeah, I want to try and catch it.
I was like, I want to.
And I gotta tell you, the new Godzilla with the pink. First of all, and everybody's been pointing out, Godzilla is a female, right? So it makes sense. I don't
care what Godzilla.
It doesn't matter, but it actually looks cool. Like pink.
No, I think it looks boss.
It looks cool.
Steven, there is a $70 40.
Oh, I've seen it.
Godzilla remote control toy. It lights up and you put water in it and breathe steam.
I've seen it.
I think I'm gonna go buy it this weekend. I don't know where I'm gonna put it. I'm out of room. But I need it.
It's so cool.
It like lights and it's like whoa, and I'm like, like I want it so bad. So stupid. I'm so dumb.
we all are.
But what's crazy though is when I was a kid, I had like an old school like old man in the suit Godzilla toy that like its eyes lit up red and it like waddle walks like a duck, like a sad duck, and it was the same way. Like you put water in it and it would evaporate it and breathe steam and make like really it'd be like and it was like and it was like my favorite thing ever. And it got like I don't remember what it got sold in a garage sale or something because my family doesn't love me and sold.
That's right. My mom, when we moved from New York to Chicago when I was 13, none of my stuff made it to Chicago.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Damn.
But I will say the one thing that I don't like about the legendary Godzilla movies, and it's not like a big deal, but it's the eyes. And I love one of the things I love in Godzilla -1 is that they gave him like, you know, the funky like man in suit eyes.
Oh, really?
They're not as you know, cartoony, right? But they have that they have that feel to it, and I love that because to me that's kind of like as crazy and scary and big and, you know, as Godzilla is, there's something to those eyes that just like, you know, they're approachable, right? Like,
because he has cool. I need to go back and look.
Great eyes,
I haven't like because I'm more familiar with I mean, I remember like my dad. I remember like watching the black and white ones when I was a kid. My dad used to rent them for me at Blockbuster because he showed them to me. And then now they got there's that cool Blu-ray set too. It's that like
the Criterion one. Yeah,
that'd be cool to get. Is it too late to write stuff off for taxes? Can I do that for research purposes?
Next
I had to buy this to impress my client, Stephen.
Yeah, I mean, I had to prepare for the interview.
After it happened.
I through all your interviews now, looking at how many times you mention it.
Yeah, so I have one of that for a while, but yeah, because there's a couple scenes in it because I watched the new Legendary. I just recently watched all those to prep for Monarch because I did a couple write-ups for Geek Network for Monarch, which was also like I still haven't watched the final 2 episodes, but everything I've watched I really loved, and it was the same way. I was like writing good reviews, and I was like looking online, and people were like, boring, snooze fest, like, who are these people? I don't fucking care. It's like, feed them all to a giant monster. Let's go. It was just like, I was like, come on, man. Like, all of that, like when you give a little bit of a shit about the world and the people, when the crazy shit happens, and when those kaiju moments do happen in Monarch, and they do, they may not be as much as you want, but they do happen. But they ramp it up, like the part when they're in Alaska. Oh my god, dude! And they're like the one chick's like, I don't know if you've seen it, but like one of them's about to one of them's about to die like hypothermia, and they're trying to hide, and they're like abandoned, and they don't know what to do, and then this fucking giant monster comes out of the ice, and it's just like you're like feels very hopeless, and then it gets very intense, like, and it was like, wow, like. This is cool, and it's not Godzilla. Like they're showcasing like other kaiju, which is pretty dope. I think stuff that like we haven't seen. So, anyways, like it's just so I rewatched all those, but there's a couple scenes with Godzilla where like he has like those staring moments with people, right? Like there's always in the first one it was the military guy, the Cranston's son, But they catch each other. They like kind of eye fuck each other for a moment. And he's like, like Godzilla looks at you and he's like, you're a fucking hero, bro. And he's like, yeah, thanks, Godzilla. Like, and so like he has those, or she or it has has eyes, or of course it has eyes, right? But it has those like eyes that convey emotion that you don't expect from a giant lizard, right? But there's apparently softer, kinder kaiju eyes from the original Godzilla time. I gotta research this. I gotta Chad, what do you think, Chad? You guys picky about the eyes of Godzilla, or are you more mad? You're like, he can have whatever eyes he wants as long as he doesn't have fucking pink fins. No, we don't. If that's your opinion, I don't even want your comment in the chat. All right, you just calm down, fucking eat a Snickers. Anyways,
it's crazy to me too. I mean, we live in a time right now. I mean, if you grew up, in the 90s, the fact that there's a Godzilla TV show, there's Godzilla versus Kong coming out, there's a Godzilla movie, there's like 20 Star Wars shows, there's like 20. Like, I mean, it's crazy. There's stop complaining. Like, it doesn't get better than this. Like, you know what I mean?
It's like if you were able to go back to your grade school self and give your grade school self high-speed internet and the freedom that you found later, and be like, have access to fucking streaming pornography when you're like, when you at that age when you really need it.
You used to have to look between the lines on the TV.
Yeah, right. Or like accidentally find a magazine of your dad's and get caught taking it outside with your buddy Justin Price. That didn't happen. My mom was like, "What's under your shirt?" I was like, "Nothing." What's under there? It was like,
I just had a hot dog.
Yeah. So that's where I keep my lunch dogs, Mom. No. But yeah, anyway. But like it's like that, but with nerd shit, with like Star Wars, kaiju, Marvel movies, Marvel series. Like, I haven't even had the chance. I just finished Ahsoka a couple weeks ago. I'm a few episodes into Echo. Like, there's so much of it, you have to like find time to consume it now, which is a good problem. I'm not complaining.
Well, there's just so much to consume.
Yeah,
it's not even like
Yeah, and so it's it's unlimited, and then of course we're like reading comics too, and trying to cover them, and 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 like doing the shit, the other shit that we do that not just to like enjoy things, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's heavy and it's a good weight though, right? It's a good bulbous, girthy mass to carry.
Oh, I like that bulbous, girthy mass. Quote that.
Yeah. That's what,
without any context.
Yeah,
without any context either. If anyone ever needs a pull quote, it's a bulbous, girthy,
mass of narrative tension.
There you go.
I keep wanting to steal Ryland's because he's always doing like the rip roaring good time, and I'm like I said something, but I said something was roaring. I said like a roaring boil, and I was like, not quite. You didn't quite steal from him. Just like he doesn't have roaring down, but yeah, his peacekeepers. I like the rip roaring. It's like fun to say.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good marketing.
He's got that old timey thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
What back in that old time, it was like 1930s. Now it's like 1980s. He's got that 80s wrestling.
Right. Yeah. Now we're like 80s synth shit is like the fucking before shit. Before times is just 5 years ago, before masks and fucking nostril penetrations for COVID testing. Right. Like,
yeah. I keep telling my kids I was born in another century, and they're like, "Whoa,
no way, Dad's a time traveler."
Yeah. Like
Dad's older than God.
Yeah, pretty much. They just go, "You're so old."
Yeah, no, it is kind of crazy to think about, and I just keep like. I mean, I'm fucking 38, man. And like, and I'm like, man, I'm coming up on 40, and that's fucking nuts to think about. But just like stuff when I keep, or like they're about to do like a Super Mario Bros. Movie, like the John Leguizamo one. They're about to do a 4K Blu-ray edition, and it's like,
really?
It's like the 25th or 30th anniversary of it, and I was like, I really want that, but I didn't need to know that number. I was like, I didn't realize that was that old, because I love that. I will die on a hill for my love and adoration for that movie. And like Yoshi looks like a fucking little Jurassic Park Velociraptor that won't kill you. And I like, I wanted that Yoshi, and then like the little fucking Goombas and their little stupid heads, and like I love everything about that movie. Yeah. It's so dumb.
Well, it's crazy. I mean, Star Wars is almost like 50.
Yeah. Well, and then how old is it if you think about it? Like the books before the movies, it's even older than that now, isn't it?
There was no books before the movie.
I thought there was. I thought he made the book first.
No.
Yeah.
Oh. But 50 years before, like when we were kids, 50 years, like those were like, I don't even think like movies didn't even have sound, like that's how crazy.
Wow. I didn't because technology is crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I don't know. I really thought there was a Star Wars book before the movie came out.
Yeah.
Wow. Fake fan alert right here, guys. Come get me. I fucking love Solo. It's one of the best Star Wars movies ever. Fuck you. I like it. The Blair Witch Project is a great horror movie. I'm coming out. I'm dropping the hits tonight, folks. Come at me.
Blake's final show as he loses all his listeners.
Right? Yeah, like I'm always like, I'm not a hot take guy. Stephen Blake comes on my show. I'm like, let me tell you, chat. No. I got fired up out of nowhere. Speaking of fired up, we gotta show people this great looking campaign. So all right, so we're sitting at 151 backers. Now's as good a time as any to bring it up. If a whole bunch of you cowards out there that are watching this campaign but not backing it, if you want to scrape the bone spurs off your feet and join the fucking war, if you've been on the
can we tweet that tomorrow?
Yeah, we go clip it. But if we are doing a contest, if Steven gets to 175 backers by end of the campaign, so there's 5 days left to go, 175 backers, there will be an extra large hoodie given away, which we'll show you what they look like in just a second as we scroll through the page here. But yeah, so I mean, I think I've seen crazier things happen. We got that last 48-hour backer push. You got people watching it that haven't backed yet. You know, these are, when we get to the hoodies, they're good looking hoodies. He's got some cool shirts and a cool Beastie Boy homage shirt.
And we're gonna give, and if we hit, I should say when we hit 165, which is one more than we did last time, everyone's gonna get a free digital copy of Tales from the World of Monster Matador #1. Which is a short comic I did with Ryland Grant. I co-wrote it and drew it. Ryland co-wrote it. And it's about all the movie Batmen get together the night the monsters attack to find out who the one true Batman is.
What?
Yeah. Have I never sent that to you?
No.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like everybody out there needs to go back this fucking campaign right now, because
all right,
I know it sounds like Steven was about to send that to me, but he's not. I won't let him. It only can happen if we get to 165.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you backing the campaign?
No. I mean, yes. I'm poor. You guys, but no, like we will. But yeah, that's cool. I don't know if you guys aren't familiar with Ryland Grant. He's another great writer. Do you, Ryland, and oh my God. Why can't what? My brain just quit. The three of you are in a writing group together.
Oh, Carla.
God, Nappy. Yeah. Oh shit. Sorry, Carla, if you're out there watching. I know who you are. I swear to God.
Yeah.
Had many great chats. Do you guys still do that?
Yeah, I mean, we keep it, we read each other's scripts and things like that.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah, we met at Meltdown Comics back when in LA, back when it was around. And we met, it was a comic writing workshop.
Nice.
And Ryland had developed Banjax there. Carla was developing Duplicate.
Which was crazy.
And I was developing a book that I haven't done yet. It's a Western called Son of a Bitch.
Okay.
And, I still have not gotten around to it. I've got it plotted out. I've got it, I've got it broken down by issues. So one of these days I'll probably I'll get to it. But you got to back Monster Matador first.
Yeah, we got to get this story finished before we can get him on other stories. Exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what we need to do. By the way, I love this David Papose quote. An off the wall, over the top, and totally insane monster mashup. Take the kaiju by the horns and order Monster Matador today. David Papose, writer of the Kickstarter phenomenon, the OZ, also writes Punisher now, and The Devil That Wears My Face, which I believe just wrapped up this week, maybe, or next week, or is about to wrap up, or is it? But either way, it's cool book.
Yeah, and we're all very proud of Dave. He's been
his hustle. He hustles like no one I've ever seen before.
Yeah, I mean, I remember him at cons when he was doing Spencer and Locke, and Ryland had put on a signing. There were like 10 of us signing, and I was sharing a table with David, and just like standing next to him, watching him sew was like a master class.
Oh, really?
I mean, he had it down. Like, I always, his picture was always like, "Hey, you like Calvin and Hobbes? You like Sin City?" And it was just like printing cash,
No, he does, like when he did his Fantastic Four.
Die Hard. He always has that hook.
Die Hard in the Baxter Building. Like, fuck you, bro.
Yeah,
like,
he always has. Yeah, and his Punisher. I don't want to. I think he's mentioned it, but I don't want to mention it because the 4th issue has not come out yet, and I don't want to spoil anything.
Oh yeah.
But the hook on that was just like, man, you fucker, man. It's great stuff. He's doing great, man. His stuff is good.
He's a smart dude, smart writer, and just really good people. What's up, Katie? Happy to have you. I believe Steve you'll be on her show tomorrow night. I believe.
Tomorrow, yeah, awesome. I'm looking forward to that.
Rocking out on Kicking It with K-pop.
Woo!
Kicking It with K-pop. Live Friday night with Stephen Prince.
gotta get rid of
Kaiju King himself.
I feel it's weird.
I can just do radio, guys. I feel like that's my call. I missed my calling or something.
You know what's funny is I thought that picture of Travis Kelce without the shirt, I thought that was you.
Oh yeah, I wish.
And then you posted it like
I look that good.
Why is it when I do this?
I'm so much more pasty and not like NFL lineman built. But thank you though. I'll take that. I was
like, oh, there goes Blake.
Yeah, Blake and Taylor Swift hanging out. Man, his podcast really is taking off.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Can you imagine, man? Just like one date with Taylor Swift. What that would be
every now and then I throw a tweet out to the Kelsey brothers and Patrick Mahomes, and I'm like, hey, if you ever want to support a local podcaster, like, I mean, I talk comic books, but love football, would love to have you chat with you guys and talk about, playoffs or, what you got, how life is, like talk podcasting.
And he's like, dude, I'm a linebacker. I don't read.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. No one's replied to me yet. I was even, I even tagged them all when that picture of him in the suites that you thought was me, when that leaked, I was like, cause like she did that song, she did the Karma song when Travis was at her concert. She was like, Karma is the guy on the Chiefs. And I said, Karma is this beast in the suites. But like all my fucking memes and stuff, like I can't ever get that stuff to take off ever. And I was like, man, this is good.
I used to be like, I mean, back years, I used to try, and I'm like, I don't understand how things take off. I did this one, which I thought was fucking brilliant. It was when DC did Before Watchmen. I did a comic strip, and it was called After Watchmen, or was it in between? I don't know what it was, but it was basically, it was just it was I forget, but it was just like Rorschach taking a shit, like it was funny. I'm not explaining it really well. It was funny, and I put it on Reddit, posted it, and I got like one reply on Reddit. It's someone who thought it was like a real ad for a DC comic. And was like, fucking DC, like they just can't leave Watchmen alone. And I'm like,
Alan Moore rolling over in his grave. You're like, Alan Moore's not even dead, man.
So I got one guy, but that's all. It didn't take any. It didn't get any.
That's funny. That's funny. No, that sounds cool. I like how though you were like, it's like Rorschach taking a shit. It's funny. Like, I mean, obviously, I mean, if it's horror, I don't know where it's going. And if it's like, if you're like, it's a high action set piece focused on Rorschach taking a shit, eating beans while taking a shit. It's just like as soon as they go in, they go out. It's a continuous Rorschach cycle.
Yeah.
No, that I was very much into Before Watchmen. Were they perfect? No, but like I was going into the shops and buying them, and then I have all the single issues somewhere, and I bought the omnibus on sale for $60 last year just because I was like, that's a good price. I keep having this plan of like because I have all this free time, Stephen, right? And so I was like, we
all do.
Yeah, I was like, let's come up with this really like massive reading challenge, right? That we can like document somehow and turn into content. But basically, I wanted to do this Watchmen challenge where like I read the Before Watchmen omnibus, then read the original. I've never read the original Watchmen with the original colors. I've like only read the new colored stuff, and I have a 1987 hardcover slipcase edition, that I got on eBay drunk a while back. I got it for nothing. Like the slipcase is kind of scratched. The book is fine, but anyways, I want to read. I've never experienced it with like the old before they touched up the colors. Yeah. So then I would reread that. And then do the Peter Cannon Thunderbolt, which is like the unofficial sequel to Watchmen, right? and then Tom King's Rorschach, and then the Jeff Johns Doomsday Clock.
Right.
And I wanted to do all that and experience, and like some of it I have not experienced it at all yet. Right. And so like I wanted to like go like old, or like blend the whole, like do the whole fucking timeline, thousands of fucking pages.
Right.
Yeah, guess what hasn't happened yet? That anyway.
Um,
It's a cool idea though, right? Doesn't that sound fun, chat?
Sounds great.
Maybe maybe if I like redid my Patreon, like I would be like, I could whore myself out to stuff like that. And then maybe if like people gave me money, then I would be like, oh, it's worth it now.
Yeah.
But even then, that's still so much to read. Anyway, sorry, I keep interrupting you. I'm a prick.
No, it's okay. I haven't read the Before Watchmen stuff. I haven't read the Rorschach one, but it's on Comixology Unlimited. I keep getting distracted by the art. It's so good.
Of which one?
The Rorschach. No, wait, Rorschach, the Tom King one. What's the one he did? Yeah, it's Rorschach. It's beautiful. That artist, George Fornes.
Oh yeah, he's nuts. Tom King is one of my favorite writers, and I have not read any of his new stuff.
And I haven't read any of his stuff.
I read his fucking Batman, and after that, I was like, I'm on my knees for you, Tom King, forever. You ever need a quick? I would love to interview you one day, Tom, if you're out there watching this.
cut this part out.
Cut this live part out we got any hackers out there that can hack into YouTube and get rid of this real quick? No, I don't want to jinx it, even though I'm totally jinxing it right now. But I just got on DC's press list. Like,
oh, nice.
Yeah, like I don't even write. Well, I mean, I totally write reviews. That's what I told them. But I don't write as many reviews as I used to, right? And I even told the guy in the email, I was like, a lot of stuff, like like TikTok videos and stuff, like stuff I read. Like I was like, a lot of that does better these days than a typical written review. But I like to try and mix it up still. But yeah, it's an indie guy that I got to know. Matt Harding, who did a book with Jared Lujan, All the Devils Are Here. He's got a Batman story in Brave and the Bold, and so he's going to come on the show next week and talk about it. And because DC is weird, Marvel does it sometimes too. Like the last time I interviewed David Pepose, I had to like CC the Marvel guy, and he had to be like, okay, everything's good, and like, and so I basically had to do that with Matt and this DC guy. But Matt was like, shoot your shot, dude. And I was like, all right. And so like, I like hit him up, and I was like, hey, I was like, oh, by the way, like I do interviews, and I was like, I did Brian Michael Bendis, and I got Joshua Williamson an interview coming soon, and I got Ram coming next month, and I'd love to get on your press list and stuff. And I was like, here's my media kit, and he was like, oh, I'll pass your media kit along. I'll totally get you on that press list. And I was like, fuck yeah, let's go. I was like,
and then you reply back, or like, are you sure?
Yeah, I was like, is this spam? I was like, is this? Do I give where do I put my PayPal information? Yeah. But I did get the first the review copy for Matt's story, and it like came from like the Warner Brothers box account, and I was like, oh shit, I was like, I'm almost there. I was like, I got a fucking pinky toe in the door. Anyways, that was pretty. That was pretty cool. Oh, look, John Westhoff's in the chat complaining about something. Don't look at us. All right, that's great. That's great. Who are you, my mother? Come on, man. Don't look at me. Blake is too busy. That is true. That's just kidding. Everything I do is fun. I mean, no, that was a cheese dick thing to say, but even when I was telling somebody this the other day, like even when work gets stressful sometimes, and when there's a lot of stuff going on, it's a different kind of stress. It's a different stress when you really give a shit about people, and Steven's mad at you because he's like, Blake, why isn't this happening? And I'm like, oh, I'm trying, Steven. And he's like, I'll fucking fire your ass right now. And it's like,
that's right. You will never work in this industry again.
Yeah, you are through in comics. You are. You won't even be able to get a fucking Comicsgate job fucking wiping Ethan Van Sciver's dirty asshole after this.
That's a direct quote. tell Blake that every other day.
It's a continuous reminder. It makes me work harder. But no, but even when work gets stressful and stuff, now that doing this is what it's the stress is different. So like a lot of times you can like use that stress to like fuel the fire and make you work harder and push or come up with new, it's like you can utilize the stress and manipulate it differently than just like being overwhelmed at something you're not that passionate about. So it's kind of, it's weird how your mind works. You would think your mind would work with you more like when you're stuck in that hopeless place and you're like, how can I get out of here? And your mind's like, I don't know, you're just pretty fucked. But then you get into like the good spot and it's like, work harder, do more, you piece of shit. It's like, why didn't you push me?
We're so lucky. We're so lucky we kind of weaseled our way in here. I mean, I got to do a couple of years ago, I got to do a podcast. It was me, Matt Corrigan, Bryant Dillon over at Fanbase Press, and Dave Gibbons. Like Dave Gibbons, talking about Batman versus Predator, because he wrote that original one. Yeah. That was awesome, it's the kind of stuff where like how can you complain, that like, oh man, I gotta spend a couple of hours like reading Batman versus Predator and taking notes. And
I know. The one thing I will complain about, because I will, thanks for the challenge, Stephen. I will find a way to complain. No, it was funny though, like the day I get on, or the day I'm pretty sure I get on DC's press list is the day my DC Ultra subscription renews and hits me for $99.99. I was like, oh yeah. But I do love that service. Like, cause like right now, like I'm prepping for ROM. And so like I'm reading his detective run, which is fucking gnarly. It's so fucking meaty and intense and very, very like Scott Snyder Court of Owls. And this is like this old time Gotham mystery we're uncovering, and like these like old Gotham histories that,
it's my read pile. I haven't gotten to it yet.
It's like it's very much, it's like fucking these Savage Shores in Gotham almost. Like that that with Raphael Albuquerque art for the first arc anyway, right? And like and I'm sure when Raphael leaves, I'm sure they didn't just fucking like throw some rando at Ron too, right? So I'm sure like whoever comes in next is going to be great. But yeah, I just read the first annual, and it was like it was very cool. But yeah, I'm really digging it, and I'm hopefully going to have time to go back and finally finish his Swamp Thing run, and then I need to brush up on his indie stuff. But anyway, long story short, like I love that DC Ultra service, and it's like $100 for the whole year, and like after the book's been out for a month, you read it. Like it's like I subscribe to Marvels too.
Is it a month on the DC thing?
Yeah. For that 99, you get one month after shelf date, you get access to it.
Because Marvel is longer, isn't it?
Yeah, Marvel's like 6 months or 3 or 6 months, I think. I think it's 6 months actually, but it's a longer wait. But I mean that both of them put out so much content, like it's if you're caught up with something, you can find something else to read, right? But yeah, it is a cool service. But I just thought that was funny. But even then, like if I do get on their press list, if I'm doing research or going back and reading runs, like you can't rely on press. There are some press people who are great that like if you ask for volume 1 or whatever, they'll be like, oh hey, they'll get that for you. But like you can't rely on, especially a place like DC, be like, oh hey, I'm interviewing Rom, like thanks for helping me set that up, can you send me all 30 issues of his or they're like no thanks though, like have fun. So yeah, it's nice to have for the reason. It's a cool service, and they give you books now. Like we got the Death of Superman Deluxe last year, and this year it's the Man Who Laughs.
Oh, the actual book.
Yeah, they send you like a physical, nice. but they call them deluxe editions. But a paperback is not a deluxe edition. I know it's free, and I know I'm complaining about a free thing here, but a paperback is not a deluxe edition.
Are they like exclusive? What? Because
it's an exclusive variant.
It's a variant. I mean, a variant. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's cool.
Yeah,
you can sell that shit on eBay.
I thought about selling the Death of Superman one because I just got the Death of Superman omnibus. This has and I still haven't read this, but it has this 6-issue. Oh man, hold on, I'll pull it up. Death of Superman edition.
Oh, it's got that Day of Doom, right?
Is that what it's the sixth? Let's see. Yeah, the day of Doom, one through 4, which is like a recap. Like it's like a journalism or journalistic recap or something of it, like an expose or something. I don't know. I've wanted to check that out for a while, and so that happened to have that included. So I was like,
I have the hardcover for that specifically, and it's also on my read pile because I read a lot of like Kickstarter books now. So
by the way, chat and anyone watching, this scene that I got paused on this screen right here, this is one of the like really intense, heavy moments that Steven brings out in this new story. Like in between the big bombastic kaiju moments, we go back to some like childhood trauma shit, and it hits real hard, real heavy, and real fast, and it's very, very cool moments in this book, and also cool to see Ramon struggle, because I feel like he doesn't have it easy, but I don't think we've ever seen him struggle like this.
Yeah, and that was
until now, right? Like he always kind of figures it out. He always kind of outperforms the people around him, and they're like, oh, he figured Ramon saves the day, and it and it's like, yeah, but now again, like you've earned all this, like kind of, you've like earned your entrance into the kaiju world now, so now you can like really bring emotion, and that just seems weird, like but either way, like I'm glad it's working, and it's exciting, like
and that was also kind of like what we talked about at the beginning of the thing, was like those first couple of books was really building him up, right? And this arc is about like kind of not tearing him down, like because he kind of has this arrogance, this confidence, this macho, this almost this toxic masculinity about it. And this is all about breaking him down and rebuilding him, and so it's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun. Geek Network says, I lost my mouse. Like, is he dressed like a matador the whole time? Yes.
No, you know what? No, we do have seen. We have seen.
I think there should be more of him. Like, I keep telling Steven he needs to give the people what they want and make him like, he needs to get his shirt ripped off and fights.
Hey, man. Oh, you got. I have. Let me tell you, there's something coming. There's some stuff coming up in the next series, but not in this one. But it's funny. I was talking to someone about this. There's. Now and then you'll see these a character and they call themselves Matador or something, and it's usually a guy in like motorcycle leathers or something like that. Marvel had one too in the Daredevil book. Back in the 60s, they had a character called Matador that was created by Wally Wood, and he dressed like a matador. And Bendis, they reintroduced him during his Daredevil run, and he was just kind of dressed like a biker or whatever.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah.
But the thing is, like, it's almost like I feel like part of the appeal of this and part of like what makes it work is that like he is a matador. It's not just a name; he's actually out there. And it's not like a joke. You know what I mean? Like people respect that. That's really important, but it's cool. It's cool too. Like, I mean, in this, like the Afropocalypse, you see all these badasses. You see Ryland Grant standing next to him.
Yeah. They're all in the jungle. They're all in tactical gear, getting hunted by this like entity. Very, very like original Predator. Like the team is assembled. They're in the jungle. Letter. Yeah, it's a love letter to Predator. And fucking Ramon is just out there in bright red with his fucking cape. Like,
that's like Superman. That's like superheroes. They stand out. You know what I mean? He's so like whenever you see him in a crowd, in a scene or whatever, it's perfect because you always know who he is, and he's always the one that stands apart.
By the way, here's his Sylvester Stallone Cobra variant, which everyone should snag. And you can also get this in a hollow foil print as an add-on as well.
Yeah, and that's by Fabio Alves and Alex Zeff. And Alex is amazing, our amazing colorist. I feel like I always have to mention her because colorists don't get enough love.
Yeah, Alex is amazing.
This third cover is by a new artist, Deborah Lancianese. She's doing a book for Scout right now. And I found on Facebook, she was like, hey, I'm open for covers, whatever. And I thought it would be really cool to see something in her style. And she did this literally like overnight, and it came out so awesome. She's someone to watch because I think she's going to be a pretty big talent. She's got a lot of talent. She did the colors and the art.
Yeah, I like the cell shaded, like the heavy lines and the animated style, right?
And I always like doing something different for like the third cover because I like that the character, you can kind of do all these different styles with him.
Yeah. And then there's still trade paperbacks available. You still got hardcovers available if people want to do those.
We have a limited amount of hardcovers available. Yes.
So if you want to snag a hardcover, you should probably hurry up and do that. The tip-in sheets and sign, I'm sure those are still options. I have one of these. It's an absolutely beautiful book. Great for the shelf. And there's a cool bonus story that you get in the trade or the hardcover. But a nice little bonus story you get about Ramon and his daughter, adding to the whole of the saga. So this is an important piece to get if you're a collector.
Also a study guide.
Oh, that's right. The study guide you had done is very cool.
It gives like the history of bullfighting and everything.
Nice. So and then if once you exercise your brain learning about stuff, you can kill all those brain cells that you exercise with a shot glass, fill it up with your favorite tequila. Or you put whiskey in there. It doesn't have to be tequila. Here's some of those. Here's some of the merch we talked about too. These the Cobra shirt. Here's just the regular Matador shirt. Here's the Beastie Boys homage, the Check Your Matador, which is sick. It's such a cool shirt. And then here's some like sketches and stuff. Right? Did we miss the hoodies? Where are we at?
Oh, it was you know what, that was my last one that we're giving away.
Oh, okay.
And
here it is.
Oh, no, here it is. Yeah. But we can, I mean, if people want them, we can always make more. So
yeah. So there's an extra large hoodie.
It's really comfortable.
Very comfortable. Last one in existence. You got for now, yeah. But if we can get to 175 backers by the end of the campaign, one lucky backer, and that will be a backer at a physical level, right? So like you have to be pledged at a physical level to be entered into the contest. But one lucky physical backer will receive this very comfy, stylish looking Matador, so you can slay kaiju in style.
Yeah, and that we just gave away a sketch card, and that went to anyone. It doesn't matter what level, and we'll probably do another everybody giveaway after the campaign is done.
Nice. So yeah, keep an eye out. Watch those. I know updates are hard to keep an eye on sometimes because there's just a massive continuous influx of Kickstarter emails and messages, but try and keep an eye on them. Here's one of those hollow foils you can get, just the regular cover in hollow foil. Very, very nice prints. I mean, these look great, and when the light hits them, they're very beautiful.
And we added metal covers too.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, you did. There are metal cover add-ons. Is that any cover you can get metal or specific ones?
Right now we have issue 1, issue 2, and then the Cobra cover.
Ooh, that Cobra cover is gonna look sick as metal.
Yeah, and they're limited to 5 each. We've sold some already, and we're gonna do more covers for the next one. We're probably gonna bring back that Beastie Boys cover, but I'm trying to think of whether it's connected to an issue or whether I do like a pinup book. So I just
that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah,
that'd be kind of cool to do like a mixture of like an anthology and pinup book where if you get like a couple people who like want to do a short, like do a kaiju
for
short,
free.
And then for free. Like, has anybody ever wanted to write Monster Matador for free and then draw it also for free? And if anybody wants to
call down
the whole thing, we will also take single page comics and or pinups for free. I will be making money on this book, but you will not. But like something like that.
I don't make any money. let's be perfectly honest. I don't make any money.
He's not rolling in those kaiju bucks yet.
My name is not Charlie Stickney.
Yeah, or Rylan Grant.
Or Pat Shand. Or Rylan Grant for that.
Shand, man. Yeah. You got to get the sexy covers. Well, Rylan doesn't do sexy covers. He's got some sex.
Rylan does great. He does great covers.
He does. He gets good covers. Yeah. His homage covers are good too.
Yeah.
And then here's all the add-ons and catch-up stuff and all that good stuff that you can get. Here's some of the digital bundles you get. Just from that you get automatically through the campaign.
Oh, we have our first our second stretch goal is a sticker.
This one, the Cobra sticker?
Yeah. 4x3, so it's a big one.
Ooh.
And then the one after, I think we're going to do a metal bookmark. I
love metal bookmarks. I really do. And by the way, here's his art team that he never quits raving about. Fabio Alves, amazing. Alex Thief's amazing colorist, doing big things. Albini, doing the letters. And then Katrina's doing the proofreader. Who's your is Katrina your editor too, or do you have an editor?
I don't have an editor. I mean, but a lot of people read it, so it's like
okay,
it's the same.
Nice. I don't have you heard it here, folks. Stephen Prince, fuck editors. No, I don't need no fucking editors, man. Yeah. No, actually, I of all the comics I've read, like I don't know that I've seen like a typo in a Monster Matador. I'm sure now that I said that, someone will be like, "There's a comma in issue 1."
But there's a couple of things that like I'm like, fuck, but nothing
crazy.
Yeah. No, I mean, Katrina's really great, and then Ryland and Carla are really great.
Nice.
But it's I don't know. This book is like it's just I don't want to say it's easy, but it's just like it just clicks. Once I have that story, it just clicks. Like the structure, the rhythm of it. I mean, it just.
Well, you've said it live on air, like with me and with other people, and I know it's often told as a joke, but I also know that like you're married and you have a family, and I've heard conversations like this pop up, right? When you're like, because comic books aren't cheap and stuff, and it's like you've had these conversations with your wife and stuff where it's like, where's this going? Where's and like in game and stuff, and you have to like tell these people, whether it's your wife or a friend or a partner or business partner or whatever, but you've said it, you were like, I have to do this. Like I have this story. Like this is a story.
I made it. I'm at the top of the mountain.
you and fucking Brian Bendis, baby. Like
that's right.
I'm a fucking month late on putting my Joshua Williamson episode out, but Stephen Prince made it on. Like that.
My kids think I'm famous. So
that's all that matters, man. You can fucking fool them. You can fool anybody. Or I don't know if that's true or not. I'm not a dad.
My kid literally the other day, because I do these podcasts and I do shows, I do conventions. He's like, "Dad, you're famous." I'm like, "No."
No, yes, I am, son. Tell all your friends.
It's like, you are. You're famous. I'm like, all right.
Tell your friends to go to monstermatador.com. Like, tell their parents to back that fucking book. Right. Get that metal bookmark. No, that's I like it. I like this new. I've liked all the Matador stuff, but like Afropocalypse was a level up. I felt like, and it was also different too. Like you kind of like gave yourself like that big one shot, right? Instead of like breaking it up. And so like, that was just kind of, you're trying a little bit different stuff, but that was like your big self-contained thing. And then now coming into this Once Upon Some Monsters in Mexico, like I said, you're like, oh, it's going to be big action and these luchadors and this giant cockroach and like they're got cool cars and rocket launchers, fucking Mad Max, right? And then you're like, oh no, but then I'm gonna fucking emotionally break you and bring you on your goddamn knees while I crush Ramon's psyche in the pages. And it's like, and like I said, it really works. And then Steven like told me like his long-term plans of like where he wants to go the other day, and like kind of blew my goddamn mind. And so like this is a series to watch and support and be a part of, because like if you guys keep being there for him and these campaigns keep funding, and like Steven's gonna keep making good comics, and so we need, I don't know if you guys noticed, but like we need better comics, man. I mean, there's a lot of great comics out there, but I mean there's also like a lot of pig shit out there, and we need more kaiju, less pig shit. We need more kaiju shit, less pig shit. Jerry Dugan.
I want that as a quote.
That's better than the cocaine quote, I think.
You know, I have a partner who helps me with the book for the business.
Didn't he like yell at you for doing that, or something? He's like, "What the hell's wrong with you? You want to sell copies of this fucking book, Steven?"
He was like, "You can't use that quote."
And you were like, "Don't tell me what to do."
Like, this is the greatest quote I've ever,
Ryland Grant did the same thing too for Suicide Jockeys, because I said like it was like the pairing of if Pacific Rim and the Power Rangers got drunk and fucked each other and had a baby, and that baby came out smoking Marlboro Reds, not giving a shit. It's like a paragraph long pull quote, and he put that on the back cover of the trade. It's this huge fucking, you're like, is that the solicit? No, that's Blake's fucking pull quote. Just like I was like, holy shit, like I felt famous.
It's pure. I mean, it's pure round. It's exactly the kind of pull quote that but just. And
I feel like I'm not as good a writer anymore now. I feel like I'm more like, my reviews sometimes are more lofty, and I'm trying like more lofty and universal, and I may have lost like that kind of like gritty edginess that I was able to throw in sometimes, but like it works sometimes. Maybe I just haven't read comic books to make me think like that in a while. But also like a lot of times when I write reviews, they're for these big heavy new release pieces, or I get like a fancy review copy hardcover or something, or like the eco thriller that Jamie Lee Curtis wrote, and it's like, that's not the the mashup of Pacific Rim fucking Power Rangers that like
dry out some leaves and roll them up and join it. Okay.
I just really want to find religion, say a prayer to my ancestors, and wish for a better earth. But yeah, so I worry about it. Like sometimes like my sis, I used to, when we were younger, like my sister would leave her cell phone out, and I would say like egregious, ridiculous shit on her Facebook statuses, and be like, God, oh my God, like gross, terrible, weird shit. And like Facebook memories will pop up because like everybody would like it and interact with it and be like, what the hell? And so like Facebook memories every now and then will be like, remember when you said this? And she'll like screenshot it and send it to me. And I'm like, man, I'm just like not as good of a writer as I used to be. And they're like ridiculous, gross shit about like bodily fluids and noises and like, but that's how my mind works. It's like, you're a fraud, Blake. They're gonna find out.
It's normal though. I think I don't know. I'll sometimes come across some old stuff that I wrote, and I'm like, wow, this is actually like pretty good.
Yeah,
like I feel the same. Like, wow, I used to be able to put a sentence together.
Yeah, and when I first started doing the blog, I would get up early in the morning because I still had the day job, so I'd get up at like 6 some days, and I would write because I didn't have to clock in till 10. I was working from home.
Right.
And so I would write a lot of mornings, Monday through Friday. I would write 2 fucking reviews a day. Like just me when that, because like that was, I launched my blog. I fucking got I got on Image's press list, and people that had been like doing this for a while were like, Blake, how the fuck did you get on Image's press list? And I was like, I wrote a real good email, I guess. Like, but like I was like, oh dude, I was cranking out reviews and doing the podcast and everything. And then, then like, that's unfortunate, like things start doing more shows, start doing more live streams, start doing more guests. And now I work in the industry and all this, and I can't write 2 reviews a day. I don't know if I could. I'd have to really, really work at writing 2 reviews a week. Like I'd really have to like find time, and really it'd be beneficial because like the way to do it would be like, to you write the review, you post it to Substack, and then you script a little bit of it out and make a short. And then, but then now you're doing like the hour and a half to write the review, to make the banner, make the promo, post all social media, say, hey, I wrote this, I posted it. Then you do that. And then you're like, okay, now I'm going to make this into a video, add some graphics. Now I'm going to make this and then upload this to 3 different places. That you're turning this one review thing into like a 5-hour endeavor now. Right. And it's, and a lot of people just don't realize that. And like fucking content creators that like, a lot of you guys, I don't like, a lot of people tell me, they're like, Blake, I don't fucking know how you do what you do. And I'm like, I do what I do because I do live streams and I'm lazy. Cause like when I'm done, the shit stays on YouTube. Right. And I've found a way that I don't have to edit as much as I, but I was having a conversation with people the other day. I was like, dude, like anybody who doesn't do shorts is just like, you're missing out on easy metrics and easy clicks, saying that it's something to take your YouTube page from being like, I got 5,000 views this month to I got 15,000 views this month, and it's just, but it's finding that time to like edit and all this shit. And it's, I even bought a fucking, it looks like a video game controller. I bought like a fancy controller to do video. And I know I've had it for a month now because my credit card payment on it just came out and I made it. And I realized that, and I was like, well, I haven't even fucking used this thing yet. And I've had it for a whole month. I was like, God damn. So yeah, it's that's my life. What's up, Pierre? Yeah, thanks for tuning in, bud. But yeah, anyways, video editing sucks, but it's necessary. Live streams are awesome, especially when you get really cool, talented guests like Stephen Prince, who has an awesome comic called Monster Matador, Once Upon Some Monsters in Mexico, issues 1 and 2, live on Kickstarter right now. You can also, if you just kind of want to check out Monster Matador or sniff around, you go to Global Comics. Yeah. Check out Steven's page on Global. You should actually just follow him. You should go to Global Comics and follow him there. That'd be a good idea. I'd probably do that too. It would be a great idea if you followed him on social media. I think he's on Blue Sky, Threads, Facebook.
I'm on everything as Monster Matador.
Yeah. If you look up Monster Matador, you'll if he's there, you'll find him. But he is a creator very much worth keeping in tune with, because it's a very, very cool kaiju comic, and it comes out on Kickstarter in this kind of like intimate, fun setting, where we all just love indie comics and crowdfunding, and it's cool to experience. He's been around the block several times. His people get their books, they come ship. We have our books done before we kickstart. Yeah, which is cool. I like that. And in order to maintain our team, I mean, we work in advance. Fabio's actually halfway through issue 4 right now. Oh wow. How many is Once Upon Some Monsters? Is it gonna be 6? It'll be 4 issues. 4? Okay. Be 4 issues. I thought this one was gonna be a little bit bigger. I guess 4 is a little bit bigger, isn't it? Than 3. Yeah. Yep. 4 is more than 3. Like, guys, I read. I don't do math. Okay, right, like math is hard. I don't do math that much either. Math is hard. So I'm so scared of like people are already talking about doing their taxes and shit, and I'm like, oh god. Yeah. I'm like waiting for weird freelance forms from people. Yeah, every time my wife is like, when are you going to start making money? And I'm like, what do you mean? That's what I would be like. I'd be like, I haven't made any money. Well, how do you pay all these bills that I don't know? Math is that just happens. Yeah. I get on the internet and beg. I don't know, man. Like, people feel sorry for me and donate money. Anyway, hashtag go to my Ko-Fi page if any of you feel sorry for me and want to give me money. Just kidding. Don't give Steven money. Go to Monster Matador. I was about to say go to monstermatador.com. That's not a real website. Go to bit.ly. No, it is. It is. I do have. Yeah, it is a real website. Oh, go to okay. I have cornered the Monster Matador internet market. That would suck if like someone like had Monster Matador, they were like just holding it over you, and they're like some crazy price. Can I tell you something? I have a friend that does that. He buys. Yeah, it's a tactic. It's how people. It's a hustle. Yeah. I came up with Monster Matador. I didn't really do anything with it right away.
I bought, but one of the first things I did was buy monstermatador.com.
Oh, really?
And if you're a creator and you have, you know, a book or a concept that you think, you know, you're going to kind of go with, that is, you know, has a cool name like Monster Matador or whatever, the first thing you should do before you even announce your book or tell anyone is get the Twitter handle, get whatever you can with that name on it, because the internet is a dirty place, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I got very lucky with Blake's Buzz. Like no one had it. When I got blakesbuzz.com, it was easy to get. Any social media I've got on, like Blake's Buzz is open.
Yeah, because there are people, what they do, they'll just come up with anything. They'll be like Blake.com, you know, BlakeChiefs.com, BlakeThis.com. Somehow they miss Blake's Buzz. But and then like you try to buy it.
Yeah, they stole my fucking t-shirts though, so I mean, jokes on me, I guess. I don't.
But then like you try to get it. They're like, they want, you know, $10,000, 20. You know, it's crazy. I have a friend who does that. He's like, dude, these are potentially worth millions. I'm like, you better not fucking get money.
Well, yeah, David Byrne, like for canceled, like he has like, it's like canceled.net.
Oh,
and then,
really?
And then he has like canceled. If they spell it wrong with one L, he's got, or if it's two L's, I can't remember. If it's one L.
Yeah.
But so he's got both of those just in case they misspell it. So like, but yeah, he's got a few of the stuff for cancels that like get him there. And then like, I know for like Metal Ninja, Joel recently bought like a whole bunch, like, so we can do like mnskickstarter.com or, you know, just shit like that. Cause those glamour links, they make you look good, right? When you're like, or supposedly, I don't know. Like, that's my new deal. I mean, that's like I said at the beginning of the deal. Like I used to have my Substack for, like, you go to blakesbuzz.com and it takes you to my Substack. Now you go to blakesbuzz.com, it takes you to my landing page that's got like banners for like, there's a Monster Matador banner on it. Like the campaigns live that I'm working on right now are all there. With big pretty banners. So you click on those, or you can go to the bit.ly/Matador Kick. Also make sure you capitalize Matador Kick, because those bit.ly links are case sensitive. But yeah, we will make it easy for you to get to Monster Matador.
Yeah.
The hard choice is yours, ladies and gentlemen. Do you back Ramon?
The easy choice is to back. The hard choice is what to back, right?
Oh yeah, the hard choice is what to choose. I would get metal everything. There's only 5. Get all of them. Just every single one. If there's, I don't know, is there like an hour with Stephen Prince you could spend like $200 on? You should put one of those up there.
I don't know. I guess I should. I mean, with people want.
Yeah, I mean, maybe don't charge like $200, but there's,
no, I wouldn't charge 200.
Once you get like, you do like a couple consultations of either like, hey, I've made a bunch of comics. Like I've made them. I've tabled at cons. I've done several Kickstarter
I can tell you how much making comics sucks. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah,
but
like, I'll break you before your campaign does.
I will break you.
But no, like just like, you know, for X amount, like you get an hour or 45 minutes with me, and I will I'll look at your campaign page. I'll look at a script. You pitch me something, you know, like, you know, something like, basically, you know, I'll fucking take my shoes off and aim the camera at my feet for an hour if that's what you want. Like, whatever, man. Like, let's get weird.
I'm gonna be getting like, you know,
the toes of the Matador. For $99.99, you get an hour of Matador toes.
Toes of the Matador. Oh man!
How do we break 5,000 on Kickstarter? I just told you. Like, we didn't want to do titty covers, but I didn't want to do feet pics either. Damn it! It's one or the other, ladies and gentlemen. It's, if you want to succeed.
No wonder people keep. Does Pat Shan do that? Is that why he's getting all those backers?
I don't know. I know he does. I know that the nominee for best ass for the AVN award for this year did some covers for him.
Yeah.
We did those. We did those at work. We dressed them. Yeah.
You're like, That ass.
No, it's a good ass. But as someone on the team mentioned, like they were like, I guess they were like, my definition of a good ass and AVNs are two very different things apparently. And I was like, I guess I kind of wanted to push, but I was like, we don't have an HR department, but I didn't want to be the reason Metal Ninja gets an HR department, right? Like slightly be like, that's all I need is one of our designers like being like, Joel, Blake slid into my DMs asking me a lot of questions about this chick's ass. I feel really uncomfortable. I don't think this is project management stuff. Like, but yeah, it's so. I mean, so yeah, I assume I don't know if he's doing feet stuff, but yeah, he's doing like live model covers. And not even putting logos. I don't know what the book was. We just did the cover and it had her name on it. Like it didn't have. It didn't have like the logo or the trade dressing for whatever book it was. So it may have been one of his like annual or one shot deals that he throws out now in the mix of his like monthly stuff. And I also thought he might be taking it to Exotica. Like those might be some he was selling out there. But yeah, it was we were stoked because like we all love Pat, and it was like we got to work with him, which was very cool. He's good people. And we got to look at an award-winning ass a whole lot. I had to check it a lot. I had to look at a lot of like, what do you think of this one, Blake? And I was like, what am I looking at? Like, you just like, you're always staring at her ass. Like, it's just like cool. The background's great, you know. But it's like I was like, I'm the fucking dog. They're like, I'm like, can't even focus. I'm like, I don't know, what am I looking at? You know. But yeah, it's cool, and they had fun with it too because they had to not just like make the backgrounds and put the graphic effects in there and not like there was kind of like a back and forth of the balance of like the graphic and the model and like which one was over, and it was like working with Pat and stuff. And but then they like the guys had to like touch up some photo elements and the clients were like, holy shit, like that looks really good, and the guys were like, yeah, like so like it's cool like with the stuff that we ask these designers to do sometimes. And they like, I mean, some of these guys, man, they fucking like crank out 3 real good logos in like a few hours, right? And it's like, what the fuck, dude? And like it's cool. So yeah, it's very fun like working with talented people and then I'm there for some fucking fooling everybody.
It's purely the ego boost,
Yeah, they're like Blake's. It's when Blake's telling us what to do, it's different than someone else is telling us what to do. Well, I mean that's because that's a big part of what I do is like project management during the day, like when like if like I'm like backup watching all these group chats and seeing when like new covers and stuff come in and just being there to like organize stuff and like I'm like I organize stuff, I put it into files, I put it into databases, and then I tell the designers, I'm like, go do this, go do that, and then like they do it, and then I'm like, hey boss, does this look good? He's like, send it to the client, and I'm like, yeah, and I'm like, really, I do nothing. I'm like, I do a lot, but I'm like
say it publicly.
I know, yeah, I know. Like, I do a lot, but it's like I'm very much like I don't know. I'm like the guy that puts it on the refrigerator. I'm like, we'll put this on the refrigerator.
Yeah.
Like, go put it on the refrigerator. I do more than put
it.
Well,
when you're not miserable doing what you do,
I joke, but it's like when no one like I'm the manager a lot of days during the week. Like is what I'm doing, but which is funny because it's what I do now is so different than like the social media job that I got hired for. And we had a conversation and I've gotten raises and stuff and like very much compensated and taken care of, and stuff. But yeah, like just the shit that I do now that I started when I got into this is just, and it's cool. Like I know how to do a lot of shit, right? I can write a press release in my sleep. Right. I can make a pretty good. They
read like you write them in your sleep.
Yeah, they read boring as fuck. Like they put you to sleep. God, like because press releases are just the most exciting things ever. No, but the only people that care about press releases are people like me, press,
right?
And it's so that we can respond to them and maybe like they're like, Jeff Lemire has a new book coming out. We don't even read it. They're like, yeah, that sounds cool. Can I get Jeff Lemire on my podcast? And we just hope somebody responds, right? That's like that's really. But I say that, I joke, but that when we posted some press releases to my Substack and stuff, people were like, oh, like it's like I did, you know, I know this campaign's coming out now, or like so I know sometimes like people would send out one or something similar to a press release, like to your backer kit launch or to previous backers, you know, like before the campaign. So there's a lot of you know, use to it, but yeah, it's not, the press release is not the most exciting document out there. I try to make mine, you know, that's why I always try to like. And it's still funny because when I tell you guys, like, I'm like, I did the same thing for Rylan. I was like, hey, Rylan, I didn't know he had one written already, but I was like, hey, give me a quote, like, why you're stoked about this new campaign. And he was like, yeah, that should be in the press release. I was like, oh, what am I doing here, man? Like, all right. I was like, I was about to make you a press release. And then you were like, use the press release to make the press release. Blake. Anyway. Work is crazy, but no, I love my job, and I'm very, very lucky, and it's very cool to get to play with comics and stuff, and like making like it's cool to take like, you know, panels that like that like, you know, you guys are making, and like put my stupid shit on it and slap your brand on it and be like marketing, you know. But it's like, it's fun to play with that. It's fun to like play with cool art and get to do stuff like that, and get to see like these, you know, new art, new covers and stuff come in. You know, the production element of comics, when people, I think when they're like, I want to be in comics, it's like, oh, you want to be an artist, or you want to be, maybe you want to be a letterer or an editor. Most likely you want to write, you want to be a writer or an artist, right? Like that's one of the deals you want to go for. And it's like, a lot of people aren't like, I want to be in production, you know? And it's like, I stumbled in there, and it's like, you know, people always need you. Someone always needs lettering. Someone always needs graphic design. Someone always needs a logo. And then when they get that logo, you know, like it's not just slapping it on a cover, you know, like when you can like mask that logo behind the main image, or, you know, blend it into that cover that you bought from the art, you know, like it's just all that, the size and how it takes away from, you know, you want the logo to be visible, but you don't want to take away from the centerpiece of the art. Is all this shit that you know, that we think about now, you know, and then, you know, and it's a lot of people that have no idea, you know, how to get there, how to go from that, or even like how to prep your files for printing, or get your PDF ready for backers, or, you know, shit like that. Like I know a lot of people like watch like YouTube videos and like figured it out, but it was like a deal. Like all of a sudden they were like, oh shit, I need to know how to do that. You know, and it's like, I didn't think about that. I just thought like when the book was done, like the artist sent a PDF and was like, here's this, maybe, I don't know. Like, but you know, so there's a lot of stuff that we do, on top of like, you know, Kickstarter management, making graphics for Kickstarter pages, which some people can do themselves, but like you've seen those campaigns where it's like, you know, you start to think, you're like, the fancy graphics, you don't really need them, and then you run into a campaign without them, and you're like, nothing is catching my eye, right? Like, oh no, like something shiny. Give me something shiny anywhere. Like,
yeah, it's weird. Sometimes you look at campaigns and like, I mean, my heart sinks, you know, because it really is. It's kind of like, did you not put any thought into this? You know, because look, I mean, I've done it like, you know, whatever it is, 7 times, 8 times. So I know what goes into it. I know like the stress, the anxiety, the ups and downs, you know, watching those backer numbers go up, and you see some of those campaigns and you're just like, oh, you know, it's going to be a long 30 days. And my heart I feel bad because, you know, I know what it takes to just even get to that point, you know, just to look out and do all that work and whatever. And I mean, sometimes you can look at pages and you just know, unless like, you know, unless their mom feels bad for them, you know, it's kind of, you're just like, man,
which is funny because my mom feels real bad about me, and she definitely didn't back that anthology I was in a few months ago. My sister did. And then my mom was like, I didn't know you could buy comics on the
gave
internet.
birth to you. What else do
Yeah.
you want?
Yeah, like you ruined my fucking life.
Right. I had it good. I was partying every night.
Yeah, my dad's like, if it wasn't for you kids, I could have left. That's totally my dad. Like that's his and he'll say that in front of my mom when like people are over, and my mom's like, "Fuck you, Jim." Like, it's like, oh, they love each other.
It's weird how like relationships evolve like that.
Yeah, right. It's so weird. It's also like, I don't know, like it's like a dog. It's like a dog that you like didn't want. You know, that
Right.
it ends up being like
you
best friend ever.
yeah, like you thought you wanted it, and then like,
Yeah. Then you're like,
and it's not a puppy anymore, and you're like, fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, that's but yeah, it's also like my dad, like my mom is on, she's had like all these foot surgery. I've talked about it like a couple times, which is my mom like doesn't get around very well. And so my dad is very much like, sometimes he gets my dad is a huge stoner, and he is also a very forgetful person. And you combine these two things, right? And he sometimes has no idea what the fuck is going on. And like he'll like ask my mom, he'll like come out and be like, you need anything, babe, need anything, you can get you anything. She's like, no, I'm fine. Then he'll like turn around and do something, and like a minute later, babe, you need anything? And she's like, no, Jim, I'm fine. And then he'll come around, and then it comes back around the corner like, babe, you need anything? And she's like watching TV or something, and she'll pause it and get mad, and she'll be like, I said I'm fine. He's like, I'm sorry, I know you fucking hate me. And it's like, what the fuck is happening? It's like, and then also he's deaf, and so sometimes you have to like say stuff to him a couple times, and then like sometimes on the third time you're tired of repeating yourself, and so you're say it with a tone. Right. And then he'll get all mad, and then he'll be like, you don't have to do, and it's like, I had to raise my voice, and he's like, I don't like the look on your face. And it's like, God damn it, man. Like, but yeah, and then he's deaf sometimes, right? So he'll say shit under his breath, and he'll think like people can't hear him, like he'll be like, I'll like say something, and he'll walk and be like, fucking piece of shit, and I'll be like, okay, thanks, Dad. And he's like, what? I'm like, I heard you didn't mumble that. You were just like, just called me a piece of shit and walked away.
Yeah.
Like,
it must be so great to get to that point in life where you just don't give a fuck.
Well, I don't understand why he's ever grumpy. Like him and my best friend, they go fishing a lot because my buddy has this crazy job where he goes to work at like 5 a.m. and he's done by 11 or noon, a lot of days. So like, he gets off work early, and then they hang out and go fishing, and then they both just fish all day and get high out of their goddamn minds, and then like, and then like come home, and I'm like, I have a cool job, but it's still like, dude, if I didn't have to work, it'd be. And I mean, like things are tight, and he they freak out because he's retired, and my mom's on disability and stuff, and so like fixed income shit, they get stressed every now and then, but then shit's working. Yeah. And but I'm like, man, we got a pretty good life, and it's like you have a really good one, it's just like you just hang out, and I don't think I'll ever get to retire. Like I just don't see that getting to happen with like student loan situations and like free. And if I do this from now on, like it's like if you're freelance, so I'm just shooting for an early death. That's that, or like aliens like coming, like like some kind of end of the world scenario. That's that's my Hail Mary play. Anyway, on that happy note,
we'll see what happens.
Why do you think I love your comic book so much, Steven? I'm like, this is the world I desire. I need this. If there was a giant fucking cockroach, I'm not paying my student loan this month, dude. I'm be like going to the dispensary. Man. I'm going hard. I'm going hard this week on the specials, you know.
Isn't that funny? Because I mean, we live in the comic book world, and we all we love these stories about people that rise up to the occasion and whatever.
Yeah.
But truthfully, like if aliens came or kaiju just sort of attacked, like we'd be like, yeah, fuck it, man. I'm just gonna get drunk.
I'm done. Yeah, I'm not, like, what am I gonna do? Run from a giant monster for like a block? Then I'm gonna catch my breath and get stomped on?
I've seen the movie, man. Like everyone's fucking dead.
Yeah. Even those people that go to the gym every day and work out and like can leg press 1,000 pounds are still getting crushed by shit.
That's what drives me nuts. About it's like in Godzilla versus the last was it Godzilla versus Kong? Was that the last one? Like when they're tearing down, like, what is it, Hong Kong or whatever? I'm like, everyone is dead. Everyone is dead.
Yeah.
But like in the Marvel movies, they always, I hate it. They always make a point of like, we've evacuated New York and now we can go in. And it's like, come on, man.
That was the one thing I liked about Monarch, because Monarch happens like, I don't know if Godzilla versus Kong happened yet in Monarch. The timeline's kind of weird, but like Godzilla has happened, and like there's like San Francisco's like the Golden Gate Bridge is destroyed and shit like in the movies, but they there's a part they're in Japan, and there's like a kaiju alert, and like sirens go off, and there's like special lanes in the road that like these like yellow Godzilla lanes that have like the Godzilla symbol, and they like take them like into these like bunkers, and like I was like, that was fucking really smart. Like and it was just like a really quick scene, and then it worked for like this character backstory that gets to, like, but I was like, oh man, like that just like it was cool to see like how the world was orienting to this chaos,
but here's the other thing about that. Again, fantasy. You can't even get a pothole fixed.
True.
Right?
You're gonna get a lane painted of Godzilla.
Yeah, Godzilla, like secret bunkers and whatever, man.
It's gonna get like halfway to the bunker and then stop, and then people aren't gonna know where to go.
Right. Well, I mean, we're fucked. You might as well just get high, find your drunk or whatever it is you want to do for those last couple minutes or hours or whatever, because
I don't know if he's gonna step on my house or not,
but even if he didn't, there's really nothing to go outside for.
Life's not going to be great after that, right? It's going to be wildly different. It's like the last weekend for the Chiefs game. I told my friend they were like, "Hey, good luck this weekend." And I was like, I've got enough drugs.
If they lose,
I was like, if it goes well, we're covered. If it doesn't, we're covered.
Dude, I know this is kind of a side thing, and I haven't really followed up on this, but that was in Kansas City. Those 3 guys that like froze to death outside of their friend's house while he was sleeping for 2 days. Like,
that's I don't.
I mean, I used to live in Kansas Kansas City, Kansas. I never heard about anything. That's crazy.
Yeah. That whole deal's weird, and I don't understand how more people aren't talking about that. Like,
it's bizarre. The guy's like, I was in bed for like 2 days.
Yeah, like we all got drunk, and then I woke up and all my friends were dead in the backyard. Like, what the fuck? Yeah. I saw that on it. I didn't even see that, Steven. I don't watch local news a lot, but I mean, like, in the house there's a TV on usually, right? So like if I'm cooking or so, like there's usually ambient news somewhere, and like, dude, I heard about that on TikTok. I didn't hear about that on fucking news.
It wasn't on it wasn't.
It was a fucking like weird TikTok video, and I was like, and of course I'm fucking thinking it's gonna be like some Taylor Swift Travis Kelce deal, which I adore. Like I love. I'm fuck gets me all happy and warm inside and shit. And I'm like fucking, it's funny. Like I'm tearing up being like, oh my God, love is real. Then these other dudes out there like, Taylor Swift ruined football and the wage of holy war against Taylor Swift.
So stupid.
I buy guns and burn Taylor Swift albums.
Right.
That's my America.
Yeah. But it's weird because I mean, I lived in Chicago, and like, there are people when it's like 0, whatever, people are outside or whatever. But like at some point, you're just like, it's cold. I'm going to go inside. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how you get to the point where you're just sitting there like, yeah, not cold enough yet.
Yeah,
No,
or like
no.
they were all so drunk. They like one of them passed out for 2 days in the house where it was safe, and the rest of them like passed out in a car and froze to death. Like
What are the odds, right? I mean, I don't know. I've been around some pretty drunk people in some pretty cold places, but like I don't know, that it's just weird to me.
Usually the cold, there were many nights where I was doing some stupid shit, Steven, and one of the best tricks I ever learned was when it's cold, roll the window down and you probably won't fall asleep driving, and that's a bad, okay. I was dumb, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not trying to set an example here. I'm just being honest. That was a game we played some nights, and
but cold does not put you to sleep.
Yeah, it doesn't. You're not like, I mean, it does right before you die. Like that's how hypothermia works. You get when you're like, I'm not so cold anymore. You're dead. Like you're sorry, bud. There's like, unless like a helicopter comes and finds you right now, there's no coming back from that. But yeah, like the cold like snaps you out of it. It wakes. So yeah, there's. Something's either it's an internet hoax and none of it's real, or like
there's something weird about it. Yeah,
this is part of the Taylor Swift NFL conspiracy. I don't know, man. Like, Travis Kelce jerseys went up $57 billion and 3 people died in some backyard in Overland Park, Kansas. Like, it's all tied together. It's all connected. It's all time's a flat circle. I watch True Detective. I know what's up. But yeah, it's I've been thinking of that, Steven, and it's I mean,
when I saw it, I thought, oh my god, don't be Blake.
I always wondered what that would be like.
To what, freeze to death?
Yeah, just to like die, like, or like if like an internet personality just like died one day and like no one knew, like, and it was just like
in comics. Yeah. Who?
Yeah, what? So, and then like a month later, they're like, "Oh my god, Blake died."
Yeah.
He wrote me a really good review one time.
Yeah, I got the buzz stopped the day the buzz stopped buzzing. That's
gonna be on my tombstone, or the buzz stops here.
Yeah, the buzz stops here.
And it's my tombstone's gonna have a bottle opener on it, so people can come like crack a beer.
I mean, if you can time it to when like you're doing a show and you're just like buzz out and that's it, right? You will go down. I mean, you will be remembered.
If you ever wanted to commit suicide on air, Blake, I mean, I'm just saying, like. People would watch it. Yeah, my buddy did stand up, Steven, and he did a joke like, and I thought it was hilarious, but a lot of people didn't. But he was like, yeah, like I've been trying to like get into like, YouTube streaming, but like I don't really know like what to talk about, so I was gonna just say fuck it and like kill myself on air, but I don't know how I'd edit the video.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's genius. I thought it was hilarious. And like no one laughed at it. And I was like, oh shit, well, whatever. They can't all be winners. But yeah, because you'd be dead. You couldn't edit the video. I probably fucked up the punchline a little bit there but it was among the gist of it. It was like how you can't edit the video if you kill yourself on it.
Just start doing your podcast outside in the winter.
Yeah. Live. So it's like that one Comicsgate dude like got drunk and like passed out on his live stream, and he was like, "Oh my god!" He was pissing in buckets and shit.
Dale, was it Dale Keown or
Dale something? Yeah, he drew he was a Hulk artist.
Yeah. I heard about that, and when I'm like, that can't be real.
No, it was real, dude. It was hard to watch, and there's this like
for 2 hours.
Yeah,
for like he just. Boom, for 2 hours.
Yeah, and then he passed out and it stayed live.
That's what I mean. It was literally.
Yeah. There was one part where he like stood up to pee in this jug and like he almost like pulled his dick out on the camera. Like I was like, it was dangerously close.
I didn't see.
I was like, whoa. Wow. But yeah, like, oh my god, that shit was. But there's this like Comicsgate pretty girl like streamer.
Okay.
and I can't think of her name. She's attractive, and he was like, her name might be Mandy or something, but he was like, he was hammered, man, and he was like, I love you, man. Oh, Mandy, oh God, I love you so much. Oh, Mandy, I'm peeing this bucket, peeing. Like, I was like, what the fuck, man? It was crazy. I was like, holy shit. And of course, more people watch his stream than mine. So, you know, whatever.
Well, shit, Blake, if you want to pass out for 2 hours and pee
I know, I fucked up. I quit. I haven't been drinking as much lately, really.
Same. I pretty much
I've been smoking. I started
stop, but
I started smoking more.
I don't smoke anymore.
Yeah. I never like quit.
I told you about that.
Yeah. But yeah, I like, I used to only do it like during, like, you know, earlier in the football season, like I would smoke like 1 day a week because my whole family does, and so when everybody came over for the Chiefs game, we would smoke, and then I started like, I started getting back into it. Yeah,
kids don't do drugs. That's right.
Yeah, it's legal now. It's like drinking.
Just comic creator.
Yeah. Just the tip of drugs. Just the tip of drugs. That's all you,
you don't go all the way.
Only the weak brain cells die.
You know, speaking of that, you know, they keep telling you, oh, every time you're killing brain cells. I mean, I'm still writing comics, right?
Yeah.
Which,
dude,
well, maybe that does say something.
What doesn't kill brain cells these days? Oh, Pierre, I remember. So Tony Gregori, Ninja Turtle artist Tony Gregori, was talking to me about this, and I didn't realize it. Like, they relocated or postponed a Buffalo game, and it was like not as cold as the Chiefs game, like with the wind chill and stuff. I don't know. Yeah, that was weird, but yeah, that was like, I don't know, like that was way too cold. And man, so many people were giving away tickets, or not giving them, but I mean, you could go to a playoff game at Arrowhead for like $30-$40 if you were willing to stand out there, you know. My dad and my friends, because they do like fishing and hunting and stuff, like they have like the outdoor gear to like bundle up and be good, but like I couldn't have done it. But yeah, then they were like, we don't want to do that, which is weird because they tracked a deer in a snowstorm the other night, and my buddy's beard froze, and he was like, dude, my whole beard froze. He was like, it was crazy, and they never found the deer. Like they were tracking. It was so cold, Steven, the blood was freezing. When they found blood on the trees from it running, it was free. Like it was free. It was already frozen on the trees.
Oh my God,
and his beard froze. And so like they did that and had like the time of their fucking lives. And then they're like, I'm not going to go stand out at Arrowhead. It's too cold. But yeah, anyways, Tombstone. Oh, Tombstone. Buzzed out's pretty good. But yeah, it's, yeah, you know, whatever we were talking about, stuff and things, stuff and things. Don't do drugs, just doing the tips and back Monster Matador. All that money that you could have spent on drugs, you could spend on Monster Matador metal covers. Get a shot glass, but only put water in it.
Right. I can't even afford to fill the shot glass, right? Because I got to pay my artists.
That's Steve's like, see, I haven't been drinking much either because I can't afford to.
Comics.
Fucking man. Alex Zeef is right over here off the screen with a knife. Fucking pay me, Steven.
I pay. No, it's important. You gotta pay her.
No, yeah, you gotta take care of your team. And you've mentioned that before too, like especially when both of members of your team are starting to do bigger and better things, right? And it's like you gotta make sure that you're always like that guy that they want to work with, you know. Not only that you have the project that they like doing, but but you're like, I love working with Steven, he's my guy, right? Like, you know, like nothing ever goes wrong when I work with Steven Prince, right?
Yeah, it's amazing. It's just like, don't screw people over.
Yeah, you'd think. Well, I mean, you would think that would basic human decency, but I mean, we have screwing people over in our blood, like. Yeah. Dude, some of us even like get screwed over numerous times by the same people, and let it happen over and over. We're just like,
that's true,
we're like, I don't love it when this happens, but I keep letting it happen.
No, I got to. I mean, I'm pretty proud of it that we've been able to keep the team together.
Yeah,
and we're working on future. I mean, we're just, I love that we have that consistency. I love that we have that, because at this point now we kind of like we know each other,
Yeah.
And with Fabio, it's like I don't have to worry. You know what I mean? With Alex, I can just send her pages, and I don't have to like worry about what's going to come back or this or that.
Yeah.
They're constantly just like getting better and better and better. And
you guys are like vibing and working and have worked together so long now, and it's like it's effort. It almost feels effortless, right? Like of cour's you're all putting tons of effort in, right? Like no one, but it feels it doesn't feel like hard work all the time.
And there's an homage cover that we did for the next one, and it's every time I throw something, like I mean Fabio knocked it out of the park, but every time I throw something at Alex, I'm like, hey Alex, can you color it this way? Like you probably never colored anything like this in this way before, but can you just kind of do it? She's like, yeah, I'll do it. And she just she just figures it out and she does it, and that's what I love about her. That's what makes her so great, is that she just rises to every challenge, and I can't wait to show this cover off because it's amazing.
Nice.
It's I feel so lucky to have been able to work with them on this book.
You've gotten to work with some cool artists and gotten cool covers that while you've been doing this, like so you've like I'm always excited to see like what variants you have in mind and ideas and stuff you bring to the table, like with your homage and movie poster variants and stuff. Like I love how you and Rylan like keep doing that. Like I like that.
Yeah, and I think I told you I just have been emailing with I'm gonna say it's an A-level artist.
Yeah, oh yeah, you told me. Yeah, you actually told me, and then you were like, you were not allowed to talk about this, and I like how you're talking about it now.
I'm not gonna say who it is.
Okay.
But it looks like it's gonna happen. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, that's sick. That's sick.
Fun.
Very exciting.
It's cool. We've had Puis Calzada is doing a variant. He did a variant for us already in Tango the Matadors. I've been lucky. We've had some amazing artists on the book. So,
and I think, like I said, I hope the luck continues to go. Like I'm always excited to see what new stuff you bring with the both in the campaigns and in the story. I really do. I love reading these issues, man. And it's very cool to work with you now too, because I get to read them before everybody else. So it's even better for me. But yeah, it's like everybody, like for real, like you got to check out Monster Matador. And if you're new to it, if you're watching this later, if you watched it live, like thank you everybody for watching live tonight. But if you watch this later, if you're like, oh, like this campaign's been around, like how do I catch up? There are very affordable ways for you to catch up on this campaign, both digital and physical. There's also a real easy way to do it in the trade paperback. You just get the trade. Like it's right there, soft cover, hardcover. It's a gorgeous book. Like I said, I got one. It's wonderful to have on the shelf. There's a cool bonus story in it, and you get all the Matador up to this point. So yeah, you can get caught up easy peasy. You just got to go to the website bit.ly/MatadorKick in all caps, or you can go to blakesbuzz.com and click the Monster Matador link that you see on the page. You can't get any easier than that, folks. All you gotta do is spend your money.
That's right.
I spend money all the time. That's super easy too. Just do it. Don't even think about it.
If you spent half the money Blake spent
on what? On what?
I don't know. It's just funny because every time Blake posts something that he bought, it's like, it's like every day.
Yeah. Like, someone said that to me the other day. They were like, why do you buy? And I don't buy as many since I've been unemployed. Like I don't buy as many hardcovers and stuff as I like that. I've calmed down on, but I have spent I bought like lights and a new mixer and an office. Right. Like I upped like. I bought like big shit, right? But yeah, I paid my new TV off today. That felt pretty nice. I was like, yeah, comic book money. Thanks, Amazon payment plans. Anyway, yeah, stacks on stacks, baby. But no, it was also like it wasn't a very expensive TV. It's just anyway, it's getting into my personal life here. But yeah, I've been called out for that before. Like you're broke. Why are you buying these? You've got like 3 omnibuses in the mail today. I'm like, yeah, that's why I'm broke.
Have you
I have
never
a
met a
problem.
comic book collector?
Yeah, right. Like
It's
someone
like
said
we can't help ourselves.
So another podcaster said that to me the
Yeah.
other day because I said so. I was like, yeah, I kind of want to get this, but like I need to get my TV paid off and stuff. And they were like, oh, dude, ain't that the story? Like always paying something off. And I was like, I feel like that's everybody, not just podcasters. Like it's definitely my parents. Like
it's everybody.
Yeah, like. I remember being a kid and I was like, man, I'm never gonna have a credit card. And then like it's never been done good for my parents. And then like
they're like, shit, how am I ever gonna buy anything?
I know. And now I'm like, oh man, my credit card's maxed out. Thanks, Amazon payment plans. and then Amazon affirms like, we'll give you money. And I'll be like, sweet, I need a check.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway.
That's the worst because they're always like, oh, we'll give you $50.
Yeah, right. They're like, are you sure you don't want this? No, I'm not. No, I might need it. But it also lies to you because the app sometimes like, we'll give you all this extra money, and then you try and buy something on Amazon, and it's like, you're poor.
Yeah. Not for you.
Like you need to pay with your big boy money, like not with your Amazon money. All right. Well, yeah, everybody, thank you. Thank you everybody so much for tuning in. Steven, always a pleasure to catch up with you, bud. Always fun to laugh and nerd out with you. You have been doing a lot of interviews and stuff, some cool pieces out there. As we mentioned, he'll be on Kicking It with K-Pop tomorrow. We'll get some links out there for everybody if you guys want to swing over there and hang out. That chat gets wild and it's fun and it's an interesting comic book show over there. It's a good
I'm excited.
time.
I'm excited about that.
So yeah, everybody check that out. Check out Matador. Steven, real quick, like social media, best place to find you. Let us know.
Monster Matador.
Everywhere. All right. Are you doing
everywhere
a newsletter or anything yet?
What's up?
Or do you do a newsletter or anything?
Oh, I have a Substack.
I don't think I follow you on Substack. I should change that.
I don't even know how to.
I'm assuming it's Monster Matador on Substack.
You know what? That's now that it might just be Stephen Prince.
Well, it's not substack.monstermatador.com.
Oh wait, hold on. Do we have a second to figure this out?
I'm not doing anything.
All right. Let's see. I never even thought about that.
I swear I have a Substack, guys.
No, I do really.
Hold on. Okay, yeah, it's stephenprince.substack.com.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Oh, and then that time I drew a Batman comic. All right, yeah, so he's got some stuff.
Oh yeah, that was the new one today, yeah.
Giveaways live tonight on. All right, yeah, so go hit up I didn't know you were on here, man. I'm following you.
Oh, thanks.
No pledge, I'm poor. I will recommend you though. I will recommend you on my Substack. All right, cool. But yeah, check out his Substack. Looks like there's both paid and free content here. So give that a look.
Oh no, I don't have paid content yet.
Oh no, so it's all free. Nice. There you go. Boom. Get all the Stephen Prince you can before he gets all famous and starts upcharging us for shit.
That's right.
It's gonna happen. Look at that banner behind him. That's pro shit right there.
That's right.
Is that new, by the way?
No, it's the one I've had for.
Oh, it is? Okay. I didn't know. I guess I just didn't notice it. Nice. Get it. Get the books. Look at that perfect bound goodness. Oh, is it perfect bound? That's a staple.
Well, this is issue of one of Once Upon Some Monsters.
Okay. I felt like that looks like a nice cardstock cover too.
It is. Yeah. Cardstock gloss, and this is the hardcover. And both hardcover and softcover have that. I don't know if you can see. It's like embossed.
Oh, the spot gloss kind of stuff.
Spot gloss.
Yeah,
they're really nice. Oh yeah, there you go. And that
very cool. Get it.
Blake's Buzz.
Yeah, that's the not
the cocaine, the not cocaine one.
You gotta get the Afropocalypse one shot Add on if you want the iconic cocaine quote.
Yeah, I got chewed out for that one.
Even my friends were like, I can't believe that guy put that on his comic. I think my mom said the same thing. Like, Jesus Christ, Blake.
And that was your first. I think I kind of sprung that on you too. That was
I did not know. Someone posted. They're like, "Whoa, Blake," and I was like, "What the fuck?" And I went and like got my copy and looked at the back of it. I was like, "Oh shit, I'm on a." I still think there may be, because there's some people they don't always. I wish people told you like when they like, because when they're like, some people like will do like Image will put pull quotes from people, and like if I see them, I'll shout out. Lotus Land Comics is good people, and they get pull quotes on back covers a lot. And I'm always like, "Hey, dude," and he's like, "Oh, I didn't even know." And it's like it'd be cool if they like reached out. Like they don't even have to like get. It's not like we need a comp copy, but just be like, "Hey, we featured your quote on the back," so we would know to buy it. You know, like I've bought most comic books I've had pull quotes on. You know, so I can have them. There's a couple that I might be on that I'm not sure, and I don't want to waste the money to find out. But yeah, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But you know, like I just, you know, like I think I like them. I like to have them. Like, you know, it's cool. Like my quotes are on some direct market stuff too. It's fucking badass. So like, but it's and some of the like a couple people reached out to me, like the creators, but like a publisher's never been like, "Oh yeah, we'll put this on there." And I usually found out by accident or someone being like, "Hey Blake, look at this," and it's like, "Oh shit."
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then I go buy it. And then I said, so like, I'll buy a copy. Like you get a sale out of me if you just tell me. Like, my shit's on there. Anyway.
I got my Amazon card, man.
Yeah, like I got my firm loaded up and ready to go. Like get on there. Anyways, all right. Yeah, follow Steven, get on the Substack, get on this Kickstarter. Remember, baby, it's cold outside in a lot of places. 175 backers in 5 days. I mean, it's 24 backers in 5 days to get the 175. We could do it. We can make it happen. Someone can win a fucking sexy hoodie. Are you sad people and alone out there? You put this hoodie on, so someone's gonna snatch you up, and not in like the human trafficking way.
My wife wears it, and I got to be careful because people are always going after her.
Yeah, Steve is. Oh, I thought you were about to be like, "We got enough kids." Like,
I was like, "Damn, you look good."
Like, no more, babe. Take that sweater off.
I can't.
And if you don't want to wait, well, no, I guess that's the only one left. You could buy a T-shirt with it on there. A T-shirt, it's still pretty sexy, but you may, I don't know, you may not. We'll see. Wear that in public. See what happens. Let us know. Hashtag Monster Matador. Tag us. Post pictures when you get the T-shirts and stuff. All right, everybody in the chat. Like, thank you so much, everybody, for hanging out. I'll be back tomorrow. Got another show tomorrow. 3 in a row. Let's do it. Then I'm gonna fucking hide all weekend. Let's see. Let's do. Where's the button, Steven? Oh my god. All right.
Right in front of you.
Here we go. All right. Anything else you want to say before I push the button? Play the music.
Back Monster Matador.
Matador.
Thanks for stopping. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, can you believe he puts up with me so he can make this comic? Guys, get out, like give him pay him for what he's worth. Get this book. All right, everybody, we'll see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful night.
It's Blake's Buzz Live.